pancakes. I don't know why I just said mama like that, but whatever. We're gonna be making Angie Mama pancakes. All you really need, this is the ready mix, so all you need to do is add water. I like to use hot water because it seems to just makes everything a little bit better. The consistency as far as like how it, you know, goes into the pancake. Anyway, I like mine's fluffy too, so it helps with that, as well as I don't know, you just don't have to whip it as much. Anyway, yeah, so we're just gonna pour this and just pour a little bit. Then you stir, you know, to try and see where you're at. You know? And it doesn't have to be like perfectly smooth. Again, I like mine's a little lumpy. That way it can be fluffier. I don't know if that's like a real like cooking term, but it's my term. So that's what we do. Alright, there we go with the consistency. You got it? Alright, so you're gonna just pour 2 medium-sized pancakes. That one might be a little bit bigger. But you're gonna just pour that and let those cook until they like kind of bubble. And then once they bubble, you flip them. See those bubbles starting to form? Bubble action. Alright, so now I'm about ready to flip. Nice and easy. Catfish greasy. Look at that. Pretty golden brown. Ooh. Now these right here, this is what you call the bubble action. And you see in this pan, it's not really bubbling action in evenly. So I'm gonna rotate them so that way the other side can get the bubble action too. There we go. And now they get to evenly bubble action. All right. Ooh. Look at it. Coined it. Okay, so what I didn't tell you was a little secret of mine. The last little bit of pancake mix that you have, once your pancakes are in the pan and kind of forming its perimeters, add that little bit, distribute it evenly between the two, and it makes them a little bit more fluffier. And hey, you know I like my stuff fluffy. Pan to the stomach. Ooh. It's time to flip them. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, you see that golden brown? That's how I like it. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. When it comes out, you put it in on a plate, put it in some butter, baby. Woo! Yes. To the gods. And the tater tots are done, all nice and golden brown. Mwah. All right, so I like to put milk in my eggs, my scrambled eggs, because of course it makes it fluffy. Hey, okay. So here we go. We're putting the milk in the eggs, and you just kind of pour, you know, just to fill them. And yeah, so we're gonna do the eggs and whip them up real nice. Take that out of here now. And then we got all our seasonings. We're gonna do the black pepper, Italian seasoning, mozzarella, a little garlic powder, keep the vampires away, and then a little onion powder. That's what's going in here. We're not gonna put it in just yet. We're gonna let it cook a little bit and add it as it cooks. It brings the aroma out as you're cooking. Start making that mouth water. All right, so here we have the bacon. Had that cooking for a few minutes now. And as you can see, it's not like regular bacon, because it's not. It's turkey bacon. It ain't doing all that popping in your face and stuff. And it's healthier for you. So we got the turkey bacon. We can, check that and flip those on over. I like them to get a little crispy. And yes, turkey bacon does get crispy. It doesn't feel like cardboard. You just got to know what you're doing. If you're going to cook it on a George Foreman grill, you got to know that that's going to dehydrate it more. So, you can't cook it as long. But if you're cooking it like this in an open frying pan, you let them cook a little bit longer because it cooks slower. Alright. Get those eggs on in there. Let that heat on up. Start to form the bubble. Once it starts to bubble, we're going to start to scramble them and add in our seasonings as we're waiting on it to like scramble a bit and bubble. I'm going to start with some black pepper. Alright, we're going to sprinkle a little of that in there. And I was learning a little trick from a friend that if you just tap with your thumb, it distributes the pepper really nice. Okay, then we're gonna go with some garlic powder. And you guys see that? Garlic powder. Sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Yeah. And then of course we go with the onion powder. We gotta keep those vampires away. And apparently they don't like stinky stuff. Alright. And then finally, a little Italian seasoning, mozzarella, to make it al dente, or mozzarella. Alright, we're gonna let those cook on in, bubble on in with it. I have my pot on high. I'm gonna make me a little bit of grits. Might as well complete the breakfast, because I'm about to smash. And we got them grits in there. Let that on bubble on through. Might need to add a little bit more, make it a little thicker. I like my grits thick. I don't know, some people like theirs soupy like porridge. I'm not down with the Tiny Tim shit. Alright, we still waiting on these eggs. I probably need to turn it up a little bit. Turn it up. I had it on 4. I'm going to turn it to 6 so it can cook, a little bit. Get the bubble going. Meanwhile, we got a nice little bubble going on our grits. So, we're going to stir those. Again, I like mine thick. So I need to stir them and see what type of consistency it is. And, if I need to, I actually could turn this down a lot now. Turn that down a lot. You don't want them to boil over because they have a tendency to rise. They're, wheat, corn, yeast, it all rises. So we got a nice little bubble. You see it bubbling. We're going to go ahead and pop that thing and start scrambling them eggs. We actually can turn this heat back down to about the point under the 4, which is like medium heat. So that way they cook evenly and distribute easy. And once they cook a nice, about a little bit more consistent than this. I don't really like my eggs runny. So let them cook a little bit. And we're going to add a little cheese and, know, finish it off with a little bit more of the Italian seasoning, just for, you know, the color. Actually add the cheese now. I should have had that a little bit closer. But we just dash it with a little bit of cheese. You know, maybe like a handful. Just to give it a little bit of taste. I like a little bit of, yeah, you know, I'm a little fatty, whatever. Then, you know, let that cook a little bit. Add a little bit more of that Italian seasoning, just for the color. And mozzarella. It's time to eat almost.